Hi guys, Dr. Mandi here from Drummond Chiropractic. We're going to start a new kind of segment and go through baby milestones. So this time we're going to talk about milestones from month 0, which is newborn, all the way to 3 months. Now the thing with milestones is you can't get caught up on when they're supposed to happen. Babies are going to develop on their own in their own timeline. So if some of these milestones, your baby is at 3 months and they haven't hit them yet, that's okay. They will get there eventually, so don't worry. Now if there's quite a few of the milestones they haven't hit, this is some time that you might want to talk to your pediatrician or bring them in here as well. So we're going to start with talking about some of the different milestones, and we're actually going to be showing videos throughout of my little baby going through some of the milestones if she's hit them already. So with being 0 to 3 months, one of the first things that you're going to notice and we're going to talk about is latching. So whether you're breastfeeding or bottle feeding, it doesn't matter. What you want to concentrate on is making sure your baby have a good latch, because this is how they're going to eat. So this is something that we can actually work on in here. I know a lot of the times that if baby's having difficulty latching, lactation consultant, which they're obviously a great resource, but it's something that we can work on as well. So one of the things I look at when it comes to the exam is I'll actually put a glove on and stick my finger in their mouth and check kind of their jaw, the roof of their mouth, their suck strength, a lot of things to see if there's anything that we can help with as well. And we also check their upper neck. So a lot of the times we notice this, that there's issues here if babies are preferring one breast over the other, that there might be some issues in their neck that aren't letting them do that little bit of turn to that breast. So that's something that we check. So another thing that you want to look for is when baby is laying on their back, you want to make sure that their arms and legs are all moving equally, and that when they get excited, they're kind of flipping and flopping around quite a bit. This shows that they have good motor control as far as their arms and legs go. What you want to look out for this is if you notice like maybe they move their left arm quite a bit, but their right arm, they're a little less lenient to move it, or same thing with the leg. Maybe they move their left leg and kick their left leg a lot, but they don't move their right leg as much. So again, this is something that we can look at. Maybe there's something wrong with their joints or their muscles, or some reason that they just are kind of babying that area and they're not wanting to move it as much. So another thing that babies should be doing at this point is bringing their hands to their mouth, and they can suck on them or they can just kind of look at them, but you want them to be able to actually bring their hands to their mouth. If they're not wanting to move their arms around as much, that's something again that we can work with. Another thing that you'll start to notice, and this is not going to be early on, this is going to be closer to that 2 to 3 month mark, is going to be eye tracking. So you actually can practice this with your baby, whether it's you're using your face or bringing a toy in front of them, but you want to move the toy up, down, side to side, and make sure that baby's eyes move good in all different directions to make sure they're tracking easily. So if they're not, this is something you definitely want to bring up with your pediatrician. They might give you a referral for someone. This is also something we can work on here as far as making sure that there's no issues with the nerves that are going to the eyes or issues in the cranium at all, to make sure that they're able to track perfectly fine. Another thing that you should notice is the grasping of their hand. So this is something that you should notice pretty quickly on. A lot of the times new parents will stick their finger in their baby's hand just to have their baby hold their finger. So you want to make sure that they're able to grasp. So you can use your hands, you can use toys, but you want to make sure that they're grasping you and have a nice strong grasp at that too. And one other milestone that you want to pay attention to is actually when baby is on their tummy. So tummy time is very, very important, because when they're inside your belly, they're more in like this kind of flex forward position. So you want to make sure that they work on those muscles in their spine, strengthening the opposite direction. So if they're always on their back, they're still going to be in that forward position. So tummy time is going to force them to kind of sit up a little bit more and work on the curves of their back. Now, while they're in tummy time position, a couple things you want to look for is that they're almost kind of pushing up onto their elbows or their hands a little bit. They won't be able to do too much because they're not super strong yet, but it's something that you want to look out for. And another thing is that they're able to actually hold their whole head up. So this is going to be really, really important when it comes time for their neck strength and their head control. So you want to really work on them being able to hold up their head when they're on their tummy. So whether they're laying on you, whether they're laying on the floor, it doesn't really matter. Just really make sure that you're getting in that adequate tummy time. So if you have any questions about these milestones, something's going on and they're not hitting these milestones, definitely bring them in here, talk to their pediatrician, anything that you need. So if you have any questions about baby, give our office a call. Thank you.